Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. Now, I live down outside in the New Orleans area. I live outside New Orleans, in the New Orleans area, and we are at the height of Mardi Gras season. We are getting ready to, this week is Mardi Gras. Now, back a couple years ago when Mardi Gras was canceled or postponed or something due to the situation going on in the world, everybody started doing more decoration on their houses for the Mardi Gras season. And they did these things called house floats. And they were quite spectacular. They had some beautiful houses decorated beautifully. Well, kind of as a result of that, we have started decorating a little bit more in the outlying neighborhoods, not to the grand extent of those in the New Orleans, in the city proper, but we have. So my daughter asked me, she says, Mom, could you figure out a way for us to make some big Mardi Gras beads to go in the house? I said, oh, you can go buy those. I said, you can go buy those, but look on Amazon. They've got to have them, or in Party City or somewhere, you know. I said, or order yourself a big bag of the plastic balls that go inside of the ball houses, the jumpy house things, for the kids. And then the kids can have the ones that aren't purple, yellow, and green and string them up. No, Mom, that's not what I want. I want big Mardi Gras beads. I said, well, Erin, how are we going to make that? So we looked at a bunch of different things. We looked at styrofoam bowls. We looked at regular, I don't know, all kinds of other things. And we couldn't find anything that really, you know, balloons, but that's going to pop. Paper mache balloons, but that's a lot of work. So we looked at a bunch of different things, and we came up with two solutions to maybe make big Mardi Gras beads that she could string on the banister on her front porch to decorate a little bit. I mean, we don't do major decorations, but a little bit of decorations. So hold on a second. I forgot one of the things we found. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the first thing I found was at Walmart. They had these plastic bowls, and they actually had them in yellow, which was great because they didn't have purple or green. But that was one less thing you had to paint, right? So if you put the bowls together like this, two bowls with a hole in either end, you glued them together, that make a nice Mardi Gras bead. These are 50 cents a piece. Not too bad. It's about $1 a bead. It's kind of a lot. So we looked around some more, and we were able to find from Dollar Tree these bowls. They came in a dark blue and a light blue. I tried to get as many light blue as I could. And it took us a while to find enough at the different, it wasn't a lot. I don't know if this is something that they had and it's now wearing out, or if they just not a lot in stock. I don't know. So they're thinner bowl. They're not a thick bowl. So, if you take two of them and you glue them together, it made a pretty decent bead, but they're blue. We need purple, green, and gold. So then that led to buying some spray paint, and we found Rust-Oleum. This happens to be 2 times Ultra Color paint and primer. I think I probably spent about $20 for 3 cans. I had to order it. They had to come in the mail. I have used, you'll see in a minute, I'll show you me spray painting in a few minutes. But used more yellow than the green and the purple because that colored easier. The yellow, you had to do a couple of coats. So we have paint, we have our bowls. We collected up enough bowls and some E6000, because you're going to see we tested out a few. So before we got to painting or we got to getting ready to decorate, we took, oh, hold on. and we tested out gluing. So this one is glued together with E6000. Not too bad. Did a pretty good job. I tried gluing with some hot glue first, and this was the mess that is the hot glue. So hot glue did not work as well, but E6000 did. So since we had our prototype here, we decided, okay, now's time to get started. So I'll bring it down to our crafting table. All right, wait. I have to talk to you for a minute before we go down to the table. Why, if you don't live in the New Orleans area, why would you need to know how to make big beads? Well, these could be a great decoration on anybody's house for any season. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day in your area of the country or the world? You can make all green ones, and you could string them along your porch or on your patio or wherever. Do you celebrate Easter or even just springtime? So a bunch of spring pastel colors would be really pretty. My daughter had said Valentine too, so maybe some pinks and reds. So there are other ways that you can use these beads other than just Mardi Gras. But that's what it is right here, right now. So that's what we're going to do. All right, now we really will get back to the table. So what's the first thing? Before I get to the table, what's the first thing we have to do? Well, the first thing we have to do is, hold on. We have to drill a hole in the bottom of the bowl so that we can string them together. Now, I tried using a heated styrofoam cutter, and that worked for piercing a hole. And then if you just wiggled it around, it would make the hole bigger. So you could heat up an ice pick, you could heat up anything metal and poke through. I ultimately ended up using a drill, as you'll see in the photos that follow here. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. Let's get to the video. Down to the table. All right, so here we go. I have my handy dandy drill, and I also have that heat tool too to try and use. So these bowls came 4 to a set. So I had to remove the stickers. I had to remove the one sticker on the bottom of one bowl, and then the 4. I did leave the sticker on the bottom just because I was worried about it breaking. So as long as you don't push hard on the drill and you just let the drill do the work, there wasn't any cracking of the plastic. It was when I pushed too hard that I would get a little bit of cracking, but not enough that really ruined any of my bowls. And it didn't take much pressure. It didn't take much time. I even went through multiple bowls. Now here's that little heated styrofoam slicer thing. And so I was able to poke some holes through, and you wiggled it around and you could get a bigger hole. And then for some of the bowls, I did a lot of this and then came back with the drill and then drilled through and made the hole a little bit bigger. So that worked out really well too. So if you have an ice pick or something, that would be great. You want your hole big enough so that you can string your string when that time comes, because that will be a little challenging. So here, oh, there we go. Went right through, wiggle around, made that hole bigger, and there you go. So it wasn't a hard process. Ultimately, I stopped using the heat tool and I just really used the drill. So here you go. Here's the drill, and look how quick. Just zip, zip, zip. Well, zip. And then zip. And see, the holes are already there from the heat tool, and it just went right through. It was great. All right, so now we're on to spray painting. First color I used was green. I did 2 bowls at a time. I used some cardboard to break. It was a little breezy outside today. It was a beautiful day, but it was a little breezy. Went on really well. Here's the purple. That went on really well too. With both of those colors, well, all 3 actually, had to turn the paper around and just do some touch-ups on the back. So it looked really good. All right, now it's time for yellow. And if you can tell, I was getting a little tired of painting. I did 8 of each color, so I have 4 here. The yellow looks great here, but I'd had to do a couple of coats. I had to touch up more, but ultimately it looks pretty good. Can't complain. So I'm just running E6000 along the edge. I mean, as best as I can, leaving it on top. Just like that. And then we're going to take the top and we're going to lay it over. Yeah, I don't even think we need a hinge. I used a hinge on the first couple I did, basically to keep them in place. The bowls are thin. They're very pliable. Yeah, you see, this is why I needed the hinge. Okay, so it just takes a little bit of work to get it up. There we go. And then once you have it even, kind of run your finger around. Get all that glue in the right place. And there you go. All right. Now, we need that to dry. We need it to dry really well. So, I'm going to do, let's see. Let's do another one. Try not to touch the paint too much because even though it has dried, it certainly has not cured. Let me see if I can get some lights on here. There we go. I don't know if it's better for you, but it's better for me. All right. All right, take another purple. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can mix up colors. It's quite all right. Mardi Gras beads are all different. I mean, they're purple, green, and gold for the most part, but there are stripes and there are different patterns. So you could absolutely mix if you wanted, but I'm trying not to call attention to my seams. All right, so we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go and do the rest of these, and I'll see you in a little while. All right, so they're all glued together. They're sitting here drying well. You can see the seam, but I think considering from the street, they're going to be fine. After they're finished drying completely, then I am going to touch up with some more spray paint, just on maybe a spot or two that might have chipped a little bit coming off the paper, or like back there, that yellow. The yellow was the hardest. Then after that, I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to wrap it onto a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to string some twine through and make a complete string of them. The 12 of these will give me approximately 6 feet of Mardi Gras beads to hang on my daughter's banister. All right, so I'm going to take care of those 2 pieces, and then when you see me again, we'll be hanging them on her front porch. Now, I still have to make at least one more batch for her, but you'll at least get to see our first start on this. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, I know I told you that I was going to do the stringing off camera and then just show you how everything looked on Erin's porch, or at least the ones we have made. We have 12 made. I am going to make more for her. It'll take me another day or two. But we figured if anybody else was interested in doing this, then we needed to get the instructions out as quick as possible and the do's and the don'ts from what we found. All right, so we're taking just some regular twine because that's what I have here, and I thought that it would be sturdy enough to be outside. So I'm taking a pipe cleaner, and I want my pipe cleaner as straight as possible because it's got to be like this really long needle to go through my bowl, because I've got to thread that sucker through a bowl. All right, so I'm gonna just tie this on. That's all. And then we're gonna try this out. So I'm gonna try and keep it straight. All right. All right, so purple. We're gonna start with a purple. And let's see. Let's see. It's gonna go through and then hopefully. Oh, you know what we might, no, that won't work either. I might have to use a skewer. All right, I'll be back. Success on this one. I scotch taped the end of the twine to the end of the skewer, ran it through, and drum roll, please. All right, it is through. There we go. There we go. There's one. So purple. Now I'm going to do a green one because I kind of have my favorites here. You know, like purple, green, and gold. So that's how they should be strung. Purple, green, and gold. This gold needs to be, we need some work on that one. I tell you, the yellow ones were the most, you know, they needed the most coats of paint. And for some reason, those are the ones that did not stick together well. All right, where's my skewer? All right, let's go straight. There we go. All right. And there we go. All right, so we have three. We have three hung together. Woohoo! All right, guys. Now I will string the rest of them off camera. And the next time you see us, or me, we will be hanging them on Erin's front porch. All right, see you soon.
Hands up.
All right, so there is... Yeah, huh, Aiden? So there is one of three, maybe four if we do this banister too. So it looks really good. It's nighttime, so I know you can't see the colors too well, but it looks so good. Okay, guys, if you like this craft, please give our channel a thumbs up. I don't know where the camera is. A thumbs up and like, and we would be so... Oh, and subscribe too. All right, boys, say bye.